everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of Vanderpump Rules, Season 8, Episode 10, Jax's Last Hurrah. Are we really not going to see the wedding yet? Come on already. Please don't milk it throughout the entire season. I don't think I could take 20 episodes in Kentucky. For those eagle eyes out there, you may have noticed that I am in a new setting here. I am in my hotel room in beautiful Houston, Texas. I followed my husband on a business trip. He's out at work right now. And in a couple of days, we are going to drive down to Austin and check out that area as a possible place to live when we retire. You know, the retirement tour is still going strong, guys. So right now, I am using the natural sunlight because I didn't bring lighting equipment or anything like that. I'm hoping the sun stays out because it was so cloudy, rainy yesterday. My husband and I got caught in a rainstorm when we went out for a walk, and yeah, not fun, but that's fine. We're just like trying to dry out our clothes. I'm trying to dry out the one pair of gym shoes that I brought. I might have to just maybe take a blow dryer to them. I don't know. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's get started. Well, we start off in Kentucky, and it is the rehearsal dinner. Jax and Brittany are welcoming everyone, thanking them for coming and supporting them. And then in the crowd, you hear, wait, and this man goes up on the stairs and he goes, I'm detective, I don't know, whatever. And wherever I go, crime seems to follow. I'm butchering this, you guys. I don't even remember what he said. Long story short, it's a murder mystery party. Stassi is glowing. In her confessional, she said, anyone who knows me knows that I love murder. And this is the role I was meant to play. Okay, so, you know, Stassi's totally into it, and she's asking all these questions, and it was like the billionaire who died, he owned the Kentucky castle, and all his daughters were there, so Stassi is diligently, like, asking a million questions of them all, trying to figure out who did it. Lala, not interested in playing the game, literally asked 0 questions. She guessed the right killer. All right, so Stassi, Lala, and Katie begin discussing Kristen and Carter because, yeah, why not? That's the only other storyline we have, guys. If we're not talking about Jax, Brittany, and their pastor, we're going to be talking about Kristen and Carter. Lala is confused because why is Carter coming if he and Kristen aren't a couple anymore? And Katie said, that's a good question. Because when I asked her, she said, of course he's coming. And Katie said, I was like, well, why? He's only coming as your guest. And if you guys aren't together anymore. So who sidles up now? Kristen. Hi guys, what are you talking about? One of them said, you. And she goes, oh, I love that. Do you? Because you're about to not love that. Okay, so now when they ask Kristen, is Carter your date? Yeah, he is. Because he's my best friend ever and he deserves to be here. Okay. Brittany glances over from across the room and she sees that they're fighting and she comes running over to stop it because, you know, it's my wedding. No, listen, they really need to not do it there. Kristen walks away. Katie tells Brittany that what she witnessed was the end of a friendship. In Kristen's confessional, she said, I feel like I'm on a friend peninsula that is turning into an island, and my 2 best friends of a decade are turning their back on me. I would never do that to them. You know, there's 2 sides to every story. And I truly see both sides of this one. Okay, now we check in at Sir and Dayna, you know, they're so busy, yet this other girl I can't remember what her name is, but I think it's the girl that Danica used in that story to warn Dayna about Max. I wish they would give her a name tag there, because I don't remember what her name is. But she said, so I do have a question for you. Even though they're both slammed, they're so busy, yet they can move off to the side and have this conversation. And it's about, surprise, Max. She asks her what the relationship is. And Dayna said, well, I mean, we're dating now, And then we get a flashback to Dayna and Max, and Dayna asking him, say 3 nice things about me. Let me just say this. If I asked my husband to say 3 nice things about me, and the 3 things that he said were, I like your eyebrows, I like how you winged out your mascara, you did a really good job of that today, and I kind of like your earrings, we would not be having a good day. I mean, that's all you can come up with? I think that's a red flag. Okay, so as much as this girl, what's her name, guys? I knew it before because when Danica was warning Dayna about Max, she said that Max had told this girl, oh, Adriana, maybe? That just came to my head and I don't know why exactly, but. So when Danica was warning her, it was because Max had been dating her and told her that he wanted a relationship, or he at least led her to believe that they were exclusive. And then on her birthday, he cheated on her with her friend. Remember that little tidbit? Yeah. So this is that same girl. Sorry. I'm almost positive it is, but don't hold me to it. I think it is. So now she said, oh, so Dayna, this is really hard to talk about. This is so awkward. Oh yeah, I'm sure you hate this. She tells her that she ran into Max at Jones. I don't know if that's a club. I don't know what that is. And he was sitting near her, or she saw Max. He did not see her. And he was with another girl, a dark-haired girl. And, they seemed kind of close. And Dayna said, when was this? And she said it was right after Pride. She's describing the girl, and she said, she had dark hair, kind of thotty, and like huge boobs. For those of you like me who don't know what thotty means, your girl did the work for you. According to Urban Dictionary, thotty is an adjective to describe that hoe over there. It's a girl who thinks she's all that, but in reality is just that hoe over there. You're welcome. I kind of like it. Oh my God. Okay, she goes on to say, and then I was talking to Danica about it, and so we were like stalking on Instagram, and I think I found the girl. Of course, Danica was involved in this. She's the worst. The thing that bugs me, though, is it's not like she wants to call out Max for bad behavior or something. I think she just wants to destroy Dayna's happiness. I really do. I don't know if he really likes Dayna. All I know is every girl he has ever wronged wants Dayna to know it. But the weird thing is, I don't think it's to destroy Max. I don't know, man. Girls, we need to stick together. If you were just like trying to do a solid for another girl so that she didn't go through the pain you did, you wouldn't be telling her, well, A, on camera, but B, so gleefully, let's just say. There seems to be a real joy for her in telling this story to Dayna. Okay, so she shows Dayna the picture that she found on Instagram of the girl, and Dayna looks at it and she goes, that's the Tom Tom Pride shirt that the girl's wearing. It kind of seems like that's all the girl's wearing. I'm not sure. I'll show you guys the picture. The chyron says, Olivia, Max's friend. Dayna tells us in her confessional that those shirts were made specifically for Tom Tom, only for Pride, and Max was the only one that had possession of them, I guess, or in passing them out. I don't know. Maybe they threw them out from the parade or something. In any case, she also said that Max liked the picture. Oh. I mean, it's not like he's trying to be super stealthy. That seems to be all the proof that Dayna needs. And yes, that is the girl who he slept with her friend on her 30th birthday. Nobody's calling her by name though, but I think it was something like Adriana, not sure. Anyway, she's like, yeah, so. Okay, everybody warned me about Max, and I guess it's all true. Back in Kentucky, it's the night before the wedding, and everyone's out partying except for Jax. He has decided to stay back at the castle and spend some time reflecting. He said spending time with his dad. I don't know if he has a photo of his dad in his hand, but he's got a cheeseburger in the other hand, so he's also eating. Okay, now back at the party or the whatever, where everybody is, except for Jax. Kristen approaches Beau and she said, how are you? And he said, good. And she goes, is everything okay? Because I feel like you've been so distant. And like, you were my boy. I knew you before Stassi did. And that's right, I kind of forgot. They did an acting scene together. They were in like a movie or something. And I'm pretty sure Kristen is the one that introduced Stassi to Beau. So anyway, Beau said, no, everything's good. Listen, Stassi is my number one, but I still love all my friends. I'm still your boy. Yeah, so the conversation's not going the way Kristen wants, because Beau's like, Stassi's my number one. She's all I care about. Kristen, she's all you care about? It's like everybody's coming down on me about Carter and, guys, I feel bad for Kristen. Oh my God, that wasn't the night before the wedding. Because now it's the next morning and Brittany and Jax are talking and Brittany's like, one more day till you're my husband. Seriously? I feel like it's Groundhog Day. Like we wake up and every day we are on the verge of the wedding. It's too much. Anyway, the girls are all getting like mani-pedis and massages, and maybe all of them are. I don't know. Oh, okay. Now there's a knock at the door, and it's Mitchell, the wedding planner, and he has brought an urn for Jax to put the box. He's got like this little box that have his dad's ashes in them. So he's put the whole box into this like wooden vessel. Yeah, so I guess I don't know how it's going to take part in the wedding, but that's so that his dad can be a part of the wedding. So now that I'm thinking about it, last night when Jack stayed in and he wanted to spend time with his dad, he didn't, not just a picture of his dad. I'm understanding now. His dad's remains were with him. It's a little creepy to me, but I get it. And it's, an emotional thing, and it's a very personal thing, and it makes him feel closer to his dad. He said, sometimes I'll just take him out. We go for a drive together. And yeah, you know what? Whatever gets you through it, right? Oh God, is this like officially called a vomit day? Now we're in Stassi and Beau's room, and Stassi said to him, how freaking smart is it to have like a vomit day before the wedding? For like all the partying and everything, to just have a day to like rest and pull yourself together and pamper yourself. And she said, even though we're not really going to rest because we're going to have a pool party and everything. Okay. So wait a minute. You guys are going to be drinking on your vomit day? Kind of defeats the purpose then. Tell you what, I'm glad I didn't know about any of this stuff when I got married. It was just simple, inexpensive, and it got the job done. All right, so Lala goes into Scheana and Kristen's room. Everyone's in their bathing suits, getting ready to go to the pool. Kristen's very cold to Lala, not talking to her, and Lala's like, what's up with you? And Scheana said, well, I feel like you kind of were yelling at her last time you guys spoke. Lala's like, well, we have a very different opinion of what yelling means, because I did not yell at her. Kristen, I don't think totally blames Lala. She said, well, the others were kind of yelling at me. Then we check in with Katie and Tom, and we check back in with Stassi and Beau, and both of those couples are talking about Kristen. Beau's like, yeah, I mean, she really went from like 0 to 100 when I told her that you were the number one thing in my life. Stassi's like, what? That's crazy. In Stassi's confessional, she said, when Kristen slept with my boyfriend, I had to get over what she did. Now I feel like I have to get over who she is. That's the difference. I don't know. A part of me, of course, wants the Witches of WeHo to remain connected. I just always imagined that when they got into their 50s, they would become the new Tres Amigas. But it's not looking good for them. Okay, you guys, tell me what you think of this. Jax comes into Katie and Tom's room to, I don't know, he wants to go out on a boat or something. I can't remember. That part doesn't even matter. Tom's like, yeah, oh, listen, Katie's in the bathroom pooping, and if she knows we're in here, she'll kill us. So they leave. Katie comes out of the bathroom looking like a little troll in the dark. I don't know, that was weird. Then they go to Stassi and Beau's room, knock on the door, they come in. Beau answers the door like Ebenezer Scrooge in a nightshirt kind of a thing, only this was a little shorty one. Anyway, so he gets back in bed. Stassi is in the bed. And then Jack sits on a chair over by Stassi. And then Tom is like on the bed too. And the four of them are talking. And Jax reveals to the group that Tom and Katie do not have a marriage license. That was like Tom's one job and he lost it and they never went and took care of it. So technically they're not married, I guess. Jax is like, tell me this, like, how do you file your tax returns? And he said, married filing separately. Stassi's like, but you're not married. Oh, this is when we've gotten this teaser all season, but this is when Stassi goes, I'm shooketh. So, but let me ask you guys something. Do you think that Tom Schwartz accidentally lost it? Because I have a different theory. I've always questioned how he could marry her in the first place. I didn't see them staying together. She's so controlling. She's so domineering. And, he's cheated on her and he doesn't seem like he's really that into her, quite frankly. Now, I'm kind of wondering if it's not his out. The other thing is, like, okay, why hasn't Katie gotten it taken care of? Because, I think they're both kind of lazy. That could possibly be all it is. But it's just, I don't know. It's just a little suspect to me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. In any case, now Tom Schwartz is telling us in his confessional that I never should have told Jax. Now I feel like I really got to get ahead of this thing before it just kind of blows up. Yeah, wait till you tell Katie. In Jax's confessional, he goes, I gotta be honest, I never thought that I would be the first guy to get married in our group. I have a lot of people to thank. Tom Schwartz for never getting his marriage license. Ariana for choosing to be Sandaval's roommate for the rest of her life. And Scheana for reverting back to the club scene and scaring away every man in her path. And he's like, I expect to be the number one guy in this group for a very long time now. Okay, so down at the pool party, that's where the pedicures and the manicures are happening poolside. It looks fun, actually, to me. Stassi and Beau are sitting there getting pedicures, and then Katie comes around, and Stassi said, come here a minute. I'm kind of mad at you because I never thought we would have secrets between us. And she goes, why? What happened? And she said, you're not married. And Katie's like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I asked Tom to do it, and then we just kind of forgot about it. So, okay, Katie's pretty chill about everybody knowing now. Okay, so by the pool, Ariana, Scheana, and Lala are talking, and Scheana brings up the night that she went out with Raquel, and James was rage texting. I guess he was also rage texting Scheana because when Scheana woke up, there were 22 messages from him. So she was telling this to Lala, and Ariana said, yeah, I also talked to her. I told her, it's only going to be a matter of time before you start believing those mean words. Then Scheana said, I just talked to Raquel and she talked to James about it and he said he was going to go to AA. Now, he hasn't done it yet, but he said he was going to go. And Lala's like, oh my God, that is the first step. That's great. She asked if she thought she should talk to him. And she's like, yeah, I think your experience would be good for him to, hear about. And she said, yeah, okay, I'll reach out to him. And then she left to go pick up Rand at the airport. Side note, I did see him on Watch What Happens Live, James, and he was on with Dayna. And he said that he was almost 9 months sober. He behaved like he was. He had a lot of regrets. The interview, he seemed like he was sober. Yes, he's lied in the past, said, I'm not drinking, and then, he's always sneaking drinks here and there. Even Andy kind of called him out on that, and he said, not this time. I was lying to myself in the past. I'm not lying to myself now. I feel much better. So, I'm hopeful for him. He's young, I do believe he can change. Okay, so still at the pool, we're now with Katie and Stassi, and they're talking about Kristen, of course. And Stassi's like, look at her. She's over there talking to my mom. Did I mention that Stassi and Katie's moms are also there, invited to the wedding? And I don't know if they're staying at the castle, but they're at the pool party. So then the camera pans over and we see Kristen with her arm on Stassi's mom's shoulder. Stassi's like, I can just tell she's over there like poisoning her now. That's what she does. She like gets in tight with all of my circle of like friends and family. And she said she sees my mom more than I do, which doesn't surprise me because Stassi's mom is wacky. Okay, so now we are back in West Hollywood. It's Dana's apartment, and Max walks in. Okay, so he barely sits down on the couch, and Dana said, do you have something you want to tell me? And he goes, no. Okay. She picks up her phone, shows him the picture. He does not look happy when he sees the picture. And she said, so you're not exclusively dating this girl? Which sounded dumb to me because of course he's not exclusively dating her, because he's also dating you. I think maybe what she meant was you didn't tell this girl you were exclusively dating her, like that. Because, I mean, he told Dana they were exclusive. So, he said no. And she said she's wearing a Tom Tom Pride shirt. And he said, I literally gave those to everyone. She's like, well, how do you know her? I used to date her in San Diego. And she moved here like a few weeks ago. And she goes, for you? And he said, no, not for me. But if it wasn't for him, then why did he then say, I've been trying to wean her off of me? I'm trying to like you, dude. You don't make it easy. She said, when's the last time you saw her? He said, a couple weeks ago, after Pride, yeah. And she's like, were you alone when you saw her? And he goes, yeah, Dana. Oh, okay. And he goes, what? I'm being honest, but nothing happened. And she's like, yeah, right. He swears he didn't have sex with her. In his confessional, he's so tired of defending himself. Just wait. You're tired of this? Wait till the racist tweets come out. You haven't even had a world of hurt come at you yet. So in his confessional, he said, look, I went to lunch with her. It was like going to lunch with my mom, After that, I threw her a Tom Tom t-shirt. It's not like she was naked in my bed and needed a shirt to wear. If you say so. Oh, God. All right, so he said to Dana, I don't even know if it's worth it, going through all this. And she goes, yeah, let's just call it. It's done. We're over. And he's like, well, okay. He doesn't seem super broken up. This is a guy who said, I really like this girl. He even said it in his confessional. So that's why I kind of thought he really did. So she said, yeah, I'll go get your necklace. I'm not sure if it's his necklace that he gave her or if he just left it at her house. I'm not sure, but she went to get it. She dipped it in the toilet and then she put it in the cat's litter box, covered it with litter, and then pulled it back out again. And then she handed it to him. And she said, yeah, I'm hurt by this. I'm sensitive to when someone is wasting my time and I think we have something and we really don't. And so now every time that I see him hitting on every girl and her mother, at least I know he'll be wearing a poo necklace. Okay, well, that was pretty immature. I mean, I get it. Okay, back in Kentucky, they are at the Roxy for big last party. Oh, God. How many parties have they had? I'm reluctant to say this because I was wrong before, but I do believe that this is the night before the wedding. Randall shows up, and he brought a little certain someone with him on the PJ. Lisa Vanderpump! Yes, I wanted to be here, and my mother's funeral had been delayed a week, so I didn't know when I would have to go to London. It turns out I don't have to go yet. So I called Randall and said, let's just get there as quickly as possible. Yeah, okay, everybody's using Randall. I'm feeling bad for Randall now. I feel like he is genuinely a good guy. Like, he seems nice. He's quite generous with his friends, and yeah. But Lisa is there, so Brittany's got all choked up and teary, and it's nice for them. Okay, so it turns out that it is Kentucky's Pride Week while they're there. And I don't know if there's a parade, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the streets outside of the Roxy. Jax is talking to Lisa, and he goes, look at this. And he gets all choked up because his mom's not going to be there, and Lisa is like a surrogate mom to him. His godmother is going to be giving him away. He said, I have no family except for my sister who's here. Well, okay, that's family. I know. I feel bad for him that he isn't speaking with his mom. I wish they could work that out for both of their sakes. I wish they could work that out. So then a little bit later, someone says to Stassi, is that Beau out there? And they look down on the street, and there is like this group like dance happening. Beau, yeah, he's in the middle of it, trying to like learn this dance. Stassi's like, I love him so much. Like, he's so extra, and the things he does. Yeah, he probably wanted to get out of the party situation too, right? It looks more fun than the party you're at, so. I know that we all know that a lot of these scenes are contrived and they're just simply set up as a way to drive the storyline. But some are more obvious than others. This one is very obvious. We are at Tom Tom. Max is working, and James walks in, and he's like, oh, hey, you're by yourself, huh? And he's like, oh, yeah, isn't this crazy? We're the only ones here in California. We need to have Max talk about his relationship with Dayna again, and he has no one to talk to because they're all in Kentucky. So, James, get over to Tom Tom. I don't believe for a second that James just thought he would go to Tom Tom by himself for the evening. The scene's kind of pointless anyway because it's just Max reiterating what happened and thinking that if everybody would just stay out of their relationship, they'd be fine. But Dayna believed what everyone said. He's not hooking up with this girl, but, it was an old girlfriend and nothing's going on. But, because people are getting in the middle of things, and Dayna believed it. He's like, so I guess, we're broken up now. James, ay. Was it worth driving to Tom Tom for that? James also does say that, Raquel kind of gave him an ultimatum, and he told her that he would go to an AA meeting, but I don't want to go to one today, Do I want to drive on a rainy day out to wherever in a room full of old people eating donuts and listen to their stories? No, but you know what, James? You would probably benefit a lot listening to some old people's stories. And he's drinking a Coke without whiskey in it, I guess. I just don't think a bar is a place for a guy like him to be. And drinking a Coke, how are we to know if there's whiskey in it or not? And then Max said, I was going to say let's have a shot together, but we can't. James is like, no, we can't. So, back to Kentucky. We're back at the Kentucky Castle, and oh my God, you guys, now the Chiron says 20 hours until the wedding ceremony. We are going to be checking in by the hour now. And we've got 20 of them, guys. Jax goes back to the room, lays on the bed, and one of the dogs comes up on the bed, and he's like, oh, hello. Dog pees on the bed. Oh, God. Bravo's gonna have to pay for that. It's so disrespectful to me what people do in hotel rooms like that. Brittany comes in and she's got this like onesie thing, like footy pajamas kind of a thing. And I think all the girls have them and they're different characters. Like hers is a mermaid or something. She's like, oh, take that blanket off. And then she gets on the bed and she goes, we're getting married tomorrow. God, seriously? Oh, but get this exchange. He says to her, yep, should we call it off? And she goes, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Brittany, he knows. Believe me, we all knew you were kidding. Brittany's like, this is the last time you're going to see me before the wedding. So she must be, spending the night in a different room. And he goes, I know. So she goes, I'm not going to drink anymore. And he said, no, have fun with your friends. And she goes, I got a big date tomorrow, so I know I'm not drinking. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to hang out with my boys. And they kiss goodbye. And he goes, I'm not drinking anymore either. We'll see. Okay, now I know something's going to happen because she keeps saying, don't drink last night. Be good. Come on. And he said, I don't even drink that much anymore. Okay. Cue the shots, right? Now I know for sure he's going to get wasted. Okay, so now all the girls come and they're dancing, and Brittany tells us in her confessional, I told all the girls to bring a onesie with them and that it had to be something that lived in a castle. I would just like to remind you all that Brittany is a mermaid. So there may be a somewhat loose interpretation of living in a castle. Okay, in the boys' room, Beau is dressed as a knight because they're in a castle, and Tom's like, oh man, I've been out Tom Sandaval. I'm surprised Tom did not have a theme for this night, though. That does surprise me. So he served ladles a lot. So he had 2 soup ladles, and that's what the guys are drinking out of. Meanwhile, the girls are, of course, having a twerking contest. Brittany's twerking, some of the other girls are twerking, and then Lala starts twerking, and one of the girls goes, oh, I'm out. And Stassi goes, no, you're not out yet. And then Lala gets down on the ground, and she's really going for it. And then Stassi goes, oh, you might be out now. In the guys' room, Sandaval is telling Jax all the things he has for the next day. I've got black and white safety pins. I've got a sewing kit. I have double stick tape. I even brought tampons. Jax is like, oh, well, that's really going the extra mile. So weird. Oh, God, he says the good ones, like the top-of-the-line tampons. What do you think Tom Sandaval considers to be top-of-the-line tampons? I mean, what are the celebrities using? All right, we go back and forth between the guys and the girls, and the twerking's over. Brittany is ready to call it a night. She said, okay, guys, I think I better wind down, and, big day tomorrow. So they're kissing her goodbye. She's going off to her room, and then we check in with the guys, and Jax, shot after shot after shot. He's like, I'm not going to lie. I think I'm pretty shit-faced. Okay, so I guess Katie is maybe sleeping with Brittany that night, and Jax is going to sleep in Tom Schwartz's room. I think Sandaval said, Jax, stop drinking. So, it's bad. Katie's like, Brittany, you're like the princess getting married in a castle tomorrow to the beast. And she's like, yay. Tomorrow he'll be my prince. And then we cut over to her prince, and he's like, I never thought I'd be getting married. Then we get a little montage of Brittany and Jax. The montage is actually kind of serious. Jax is narrating over it, and he's reflecting on how he truly believes that the Jax he used to be wasn't good enough for Brittany, and that he's always sabotaged relationships. He's cheated on every girl, and then we see how he cheated on Stassi, and then he cheated on Brittany, and he said Brittany could have left at any time, but she stuck it out, and she's still here with me. And he's pretty reflective, dare I say. Back in the room with Brittany and Katie, she's like, I hope I can sleep tonight. I'm so excited. And So they turn out the light, say goodnight, and that's the end of this episode. So please, God, next week has got to be the wedding, right? Okay, guys, I just saw previews, and yes, next week is the wedding. But there's also a lot of other stuff too. Dayna and Max stuff. Well, listen, just meet me back here next week, okay? Because we're going to have a lot more stuff to talk about. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. I always love to hear from you. Join me next week for the next recap of Vanderpump Rules. Bye.